Hey, what's up, Flash Mob? It's your boy Flash Forward, and I'm back again with another quick video. And today we're going to be talking about the Polar Pro Basecamp matte box system. Run the intro. So as filmmakers, we're constantly looking for the best ways to try and make our footage look as cinematic as possible. And one of the biggest struggles that we have is when we're outside and trying to film in direct sunlight, and we have to try and adjust our exposure. So yeah, you can definitely adjust your ISO, maybe you can adjust your aperture, but your shutter speed is usually one of those things that are fixed. Unless you're going for a creative look or feel, you're relatively trying to keep your shutter speed double your frame rate. And that becomes tricky because sometimes you might still want to maintain a shallow depth of field, and maybe on your camera your native ISO is somewhere like 800. So what does that mean for your footage? 9 out of 10 times it's probably going to be overexposed. Now when you throw a matte box into the mix, that's going to really allow you to control the amount of light hitting the sensor and adjusting your settings to exactly what you want it to be to get the look and feel that you're going for. Now really quickly, if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my new uploads. So something I just want to put out there really quickly is that Polar Pro did not sponsor me for this video. I went out there and bought this with my own money. So everything that I talk about in this video is going to be 100% my own opinion. So in this video, we're going to talk about what's included with the Polar Pro matte box system. We're going to talk about how it works. We're going to talk about how it affects your images and the quality of your footage. We're definitely going to talk about some pros and cons. And finally, we're going to figure out if this is a matte box for you or not. So let's break it down to the basics. If you don't know what a matte box is, it's basically a piece of equipment that you put on your lens. And what it allows you to do is drop filters in front of your lens to get a desired look or feel. In this case, we're talking about ND filters. And what ND filters do is it allows you to cut the amount of light that hits the sensor, therefore giving you the exposure that you're looking for. Matte boxes usually come with a top flag that also allows you to cut the amount of flare that comes into the lenses. Now, sometimes that might be something that you want, and sometimes it might be something that you don't want, but having that option is always a good thing for you. So let's just talk about what you get included with this matte box system. So you get a circular polarizer, a large assortment of clamp rings, a few different cleaning cloths, a 77 and 82 millimeter thread plate, a 2 to 5 variable ND filter, the ultralight core and flag, and finally a really nice case to put everything in. So how does it work? It's actually pretty simple. So the first thing you want to do is take your circular polarizer and make sure that the words are facing towards you. Then what you want to do is slide it under the lip and then pull this latch to ensure that it drops securely in place. So the next thing you want to do is take your ND filter, make sure that the words at the top here are facing towards you, and then drop it securely into the filter tray. Then you want to take this little knob here and make sure that it's nice and tight. Now to ensure that your matte box stays on your lens, you want to make sure that you get the correct size clamp ring. So in my case, mine is the 95 millimeter. So I'm going to take that and again drop it right into the filter tray. Make sure it's pushed in all the way. Then I'm going to take my lens and drop it into the tray. And again, you want to make sure that the lens is pushed in all the way and it's a nice snug fit. And then you take this latch and you tighten it down. And then you should have something that looks like this. Now this is completely and safe and securely attached to the lens. So something that I really love is that the entire kit is completely tool free, which means that the setup from one lens to the other is super simple. It's also really lightweight and compact. The flag and hood are easily detachable, making it even more lightweight, which is ideal for gimbal use. So another thing I really love about this matte box are the actual filters. So if you guys take a look at this, everything is built really nicely. This is a metal casing that goes around the actual glass, and it has this nice little handle here that makes it easy for you to handle. One thing I really don't like about some other matte boxes is that it has the trays, but you actually have to touch the glass, fit it in the tray, and then take the tray and fit it into the actual matte box. With this, everything is in a nice, clean, and easy to use setup. So another thing I really love about this matte box is it gives you a variable ND option. So what that means is, if we open it up here, you can see right through it right now, right? And once you start turning the dial, it makes it darker or lighter depending on the exposure that you're looking for. And I touched on this before, but the entire system is super lightweight. A lot of times I'll be shooting things on my own and I don't have a huge crew that's assisting me. So having something that's lightweight, easy to use, and pack into my bag makes my job just a little bit more easier from project to project. Another big pro is that when this is on your camera, it just makes you look like you're more important. Like, look at this. Look at this lens with no matte box on it versus a lens with a matte box on it. Now, really and truly, if you were going to be hiring one of these guys to do something super important for you, which one would you choose? Probably the guy with the matte box on his camera. So I know I just talked about all these things I really love about it, but there are a few things that I wish were different. So one of the things is that this matte box does not allow you to stack filters. So basically it only has one slot, and what that means is you can only have one filter in at a time. With most other professional matte boxes, it allows you to stack filters and get specific looks and different feels for depending on what you're going for. But with this one, you're really only going to be able to do one thing at a time. Another thing that I wasn't really excited about was that there's currently no black Pro Mist filters available for this matte box. So who is this matte box for? So honestly, in my opinion, you do not need a matte box to complete your work. In most cases, there are screw-on filters or other ways for you to adjust your exposure to get the look that you're going for. But with a matte box, it just makes everything just a little bit easier. And at the price of $6.99 US, it's actually a really good option for you to get into a professional quality type of matte box for your productions. So what do you guys think? Have you guys ever used a matte box before? Or is it something that you're thinking of adding to your arsenal? Let me know in the comments below. I promise you I will get back to every single one of you guys and answer any new questions that you guys might have. And if you've made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you very much. And always remember, guys, look, share, and learn. Peace.